Good morning. It is June the 15th. Hard to believe month has come and is almost gone. Time does fly. Einstein was right. Time is relative. It accelerates, for me anyway, as you get older. Today could be the biggest news day of the month. Maybe not, given the big surprise we had on the non-farm payrolls numbers earlier in the month. Typically, an FOMC announcement tends to freeze the financials. Then you don't get much action out of the equities either. Equities have recovered overnight and are up. That's why treasuries are lower. I believe equities have recovered because they've been sold into the FOMC announcement, and people are taking profits in Europe and Asia, and probably the United States too, I believe. Financials have been sold for the same reason. The market got awfully high, awfully quick yesterday. And you can see we have this bead pattern, and then we continue to sell. So we've got this breakout from basically 131.8 to 12. We've got support here at 18. We've got volume down at 05. We've got volume up at 25.5. Normally speaking, we will skip a volume node. And so is this the volume node or is this the volume node? Right now I would have a limit buy at 6 or 7, but 18 may hold a little bit beneath that. So we're going to play for support at 12 to 16. So our first buy one is 13 to 17. Buy two is 5 to 9. Picking up that second area. Strength of the E-mini probably is going to be the major determinant on how low we go. On the sell side, 23 to 27, that's the first band of resistance. Then 31 to 03. We have a ton of news this morning that would normally move things. PPI up 0.3. Core up 0.2. Empire Manufacturing Survey minus 3.5. That number could come in lower than forecast. It has been. Industrial production minus 0.1. That could come in lower than forecast, as it has been of late. Capacity utilization, no one pays any attention to, 75.2. Crude inventories. There was not an estimate this morning, but last night the APIs were expected to draw 1.5 million barrels, and they built. So we'll put a question mark on crude. We'll see if we can't get that guesstimate. And those aren't even swags. Those are wags, given how far those numbers can be off. And then the FOMC. Now the FOMC policy is supposed to remain unchanged. We'll have the economic projections. I'm sure they're calling for at least 2% growth, accelerating, getting better at the end of the year. That the second quarter was an anomaly. And then we'll have Yellen's press conference. And what Yellen says in the press conference is probably going to have as much to do with how the market reacts to the FOMC announcement as anything else does. They'll be looking about how bearish or hawkish and dovish the comments actually are. And my guess is they're going to be just the same. We think the economy is getting stronger. Second quarter weak economic numbers is an anomaly. We're already seeing things. The labor market is tightening up. We won't raise interest rate until the data permits. We'll be concerned about the international situation, etc. So the Fed usually does not. They tell you exactly what they're going to do. So I don't expect her to change her language. Now, because of this announcement, if the Fed raises interest rates, what happens? The bottom falls out of financials and gold and the dollar. Excuse me. The dollar will get stronger. The bottom will fall out of currencies that are pegged to the dollar. The stock market should head down also, and that they don't want. If they cut interest rates, My guess is that the opposite will occur. Financials will find buyers, but maybe not extend the range. Equities will rally. Gold will probably head for $1,300. The dollar will get slammed, and currencies will go up. So we'll see. That actually happens. Okay, on the 30-year, first resistance is 24 to 28. Sell 31s to 03. Sell 11s to 15s. On the buy side, 12 to 16, 1. So 5 to 9 is buy 1. 29 to 01, buy 2. Generally speaking, the economy is getting weaker. We saw a credit card company, the first credit card company, increase their reserve for bad debt and write-offs. That usually happens at the end of a credit cycle. Okay, gold might be the quietest market of all this morning, awaiting the Fed. This one might actually behave as it does traditionally. So, got a seller at 90. Looks like we have a buyer at 80. That looks like we're headed a little bit lower. 79 to 81, buy 1. Then I really do like the 75, 77. So basically we're buying 75s to 80. And on the sell side, 85, 87, sell 1. 90, 92, sell 2. And I do like the long side better than the short. Generally speaking, doesn't mean it can't sell. But again, we've had a big rally up. My guess, we're probably seeing a little bit more profit taking. People don't want to take a chance on the news not going their way. As you well know, in your own trading, we cut our winners short, and we tend to let our losers run. And it's just human nature. See any signs of weakness and you've been smart enough to get long in anticipation of this rally, you don't want to lose it, and you will take profits. Just the way we're wired, it's the way that we're built. Okay, the euro found buyer again right above 12.25. We were hoping to buy 12.25 in the overnight. We didn't get it done once again. So 75.85, sell 1. 113 even, sell 2. On the buy side, we're at 65, so 40 to 50, buy 1. And 25, buy 2. Okay, crude. Okay, the APIs built last night. The first reaction was, as you'd expect, it sold. But again, found buyers in Asia. So 47.50, 47 and a quarter, buy 1. And then 46.75, 47 buy 2. I think we're headed to 47. I think that's a key level. And if we can't break and start to build value below 47, the market can snap back. We're at resistance right now, so 48 and a quarter, 48.50, sell 1. 48.75, 49, sell 2. Okay, normally on a day like today with the FOMC coming up, the E-mini would be dead too. I think we're seeing a little short covering overnight in the equities markets, and you can see we got a pretty clean break in the market, 73 to that low right there of 75. So 73, 75 is first resistance, and second resistance is 77 to 80. So we're looking at 75 to 80 is pretty good resistance. And on the support side, probably going to have a hard time busting 60 today. So we're at 69.75 right now, so 74, 75, 76, sell 1. 79.81, sell 2. On the buy side, 66.64, buy 1. They make us pay up early to get in, and then 59 to 61, buy 2. PPI, just a quick review, plus 0.3. Core, plus 0.2. Empire Manufacturing Survey, minus 3.5, could come in lower than forecast. PPI will be discounted because most of that will be attributed to the cost of energy. Industrial production, minus 0.1, that could come in lower than forecast. Capacity utilization, 75.2, no one will pay any attention to it. Don't know where crude's inventories will be, CL. Last week it drew 3.2 million barrels. They would hope for a draw. FOMC policy unchanged. Recent rhetoric unchanged. Okay, I'm going to take a bit to get everything up and posted. Going to get busy on that. I will be back with you as soon as possible.